Who doesn't love a good existential question, especially one dealing with the NFL draft? So, what would Rick Spielman do? What should he do at pick number 14? If I'm the Minnesota Vikings, I'm looking at a number of different options with this spot. 14, first off, could still be best player available territory. So, there's a chance that maybe a skill guy, maybe even a quarterback falls to the Vikings there that they weren't expecting, that they pounce on. But we do know the offensive line and defensive line are the top priorities for the Minnesota Vikings entering the 2021 draft. Now at 14, you might be thinking offensive tackle. Well, I'm not so sure that Penei Sewell, Rashawn Slater, or Christian Darrisaw, the top 3 tackles in this draft, will be available to Minnesota at 14. So unless you want to trade up, I don't think that you will be getting someone of that caliber. Someone like Elijah Vera Tucker, potentially, the tackle guard from USC, who played some tackle in college but projects more as a guard in the NFL, could very easily be available to the Vikings at 14. But will Spielman consider that a reach for a player he might be able to get in a later round? Only time will tell. Now, 14, right smack dab in the middle of the draft, feels like prime trade back territory for the Minnesota Vikings. It's something that Spielman has done 3 times in the first round since becoming the general manager in 2012. And I could see the Vikings entertaining some talks with teams that might be interested in a quarterback. I don't know, Chicago potentially at 20. Let's say Mac Jones is there at 14. That would be a great spot for the Vikings to swap picks, potentially picking up a second rounder in the process while being able to draft a high-end defensive end pass rusher in the first round. Kwity Paye, Jalen Phillips should be there later in the first round, and potentially the Vikings could go and address the offensive line early on in the second round with the likes of Samuel Cosmi, Liam Eichenberg, maybe Dylan Radins, who would be there on the early part of day 2 for the Vikings to be able to address 2 very important needs early on in the draft.